Once again, I have secured my retirement. Not just once, not just twice, not just thrice, not just thrice? What comes after three? 4 times, but 5 times. Thrice. I have secured my retirement thrice. And in this video, I want to share with you guys the spoils of my riches. My recent comic book haul pickups that I recently got. The hottest comic book in all of the world. Not the Gary Vee one, but the newest hottest comic book. We're talking about the Battle Beast blind bags. Yes, that is right. I picked up a couple of these blind bags, and in this video, I thought it would be good content to allow you guys to witness me opening up my retirement book. Because I feel lucky. I feel so lucky that I'm going to get the grand prize. What is the grand prize? A 1 in 2,000? Something like that? We're going to do it in this video here today. I am also going to share with you guys my J. Scott Campbell pickups, which came in the mail. And guess what? I am feeling so generous. I am the most generous comic book content creator that at the end of the video, I'll be giving one of those books away. And then also, I read a comic book, Exquisite Corpses. Yeah, we read comic books here as well. So in this video, I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do, talk a little bit about, this blind bag craze. We did a couple videos making mention of it, but I haven't really gone in depth with my thoughts and feelings of the product as a whole. And I, in fact, even read the story, so I can talk about that as well. And then we're going to take a look in and check in on the market and ultimately ask ourselves the question, is there going to be more blind bags coming in the future? The answer is yes. But of course, before I get into it, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, I appreciate it. Helps support the channel doing those things. But here we go, guys. An unboxing, a comic book reveal. Now, if you guys have been living under a comic book rock, the thing, for the last 4 weeks or so, you guys won't know what this is. But this is Battle Beast blind bag. Battle Beast, a character within the Invincible universe. They came out with a product, Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley, to do what is essentially the 2025 version of the poly bag. Right? It's like, instead of just put out the comic book, why not put a wrapper around it, make it a little bit of a mystery? What could you possibly get? Maybe you could get the 1 in 10. Maybe you could get the 1 in 25 that you could actually just buy separately. But hey, it's more fun to rip it open in a bag, right? It's so much more fun to chase after the thing that you could potentially get versus just buy the thing that you want. It's fun. It's fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. So everybody has been going crazy for these things. I think they sold like 400,000 copies of this book, which is absolutely insane. And again, here's the thing. I mean, everybody loves Invincible right now. It's a wonderful franchise, a great show, excellent story. Robert Kirkman has done amazing things with, his Skybound products, obviously with Walking Dead into Invincible. And Battle Beast is one of the characters that people really love. And he came out with the Battle Beast original series and now doing this blind bag thing. It's kind of interesting because, so I read the book and it's fun. It works. It's a solid story. The art's cool. It's very comic book, very bombastic, I've kind of seen these stories before, but hey, like it's a lot of fun. It's a very easy read, and that can be very much a good thing. But it's very, very clear to me that, if you just put out the comic book by itself, would they have moved 400,000? No, of course not. The blind bag thing works. People love the chase. They love the dopamine hit. That's what it's all about. And I'm about to give it to you right now. All right, here we go, guys. Apparently, there's a chance to get a 1 in 2,000. I don't think the sketch covers are in this thing, but there's some hits that we can get. Apparently, we can get issue number 2, which I think is interesting. A lot of people are like, oh man, you can get issue number 2. And it's like, nobody wants issue number 2. Nobody buys issue 2. We know this. Come on. All right, here we go. Bag has been cut. You know, these things make it a little bit hard to get 9/8, right? What did we learn about Ultimate Fallout 4? Poly bags leave damage on the books. And that's kind of the thing with this is it's like, is it fun? Like, I can't even like rip this with like, you know, reckless abandon. I have to be so careful right here. Like, is this that enjoyable? Come on. Okay, come on. Retirement. Focus. This is the Schrodinger's cat effect, okay? All the potential in the world until I actually open up the thing. And now I've opened it. And we're about to find out. All right, guys, here we go. Battle Beast, blind bag pack. Read 'em and weep, boys. Read 'em and weep. Oh! Look at that. Look at that. Issue number 2. Can you imagine? All right. Think of this. Here I am. Somebody that's like, let me check out Battle Beast, right? I want to read the Battle Beast book. So I walk down to the comic book store and I say, hey, blind bags. Well, that's fun. Maybe I can buy one of those so I can get something to read the book. And I go in there and I rip it open and I get issue number 2. But they got me, man. They made me buy issue 1 as well. I already bought issue 1. This is genius. You know what? This is genius. They're taking my money. They are taking my money. It's okay. This is a tax write-off. Anyways, all right. So I got Battle Beast issue number 2. This one looks like it's a little bit of a foil, a little bit of a shiny thing. I have no idea if that is more special than what issue 2 is, but maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. There you go. Issue 2. Kind of cool. All right, here's some of the covers we can collect here. So we have cover A. Now, it doesn't necessarily say that this one has a foil cover on it or shine to it. Maybe this is just a normal thing, but the regular cover doesn't have a shine to it. Okay, but then we have cover B, C, D, E. But are these for issue 2? Oh, these are for issue 2, so we're not going to be able to get those ones. All right. Well, there we have it. Like, I know it's cool. Like I know a lot of people like this stuff. And I'm not, I think it's funny. Again, everything in comics, guys, everything I view in life is just me with popcorn. That's how I view life. It's just everything is entertainment. We are in the most interesting timeline in all possible timelines. Simulation is confirmed. But it's funny. Like, what if I just wanted to read the book? And I got issue 2. I guess that's why you don't buy the blind bag. That's the risk. What's in the box? Nothing. All right, here we go, guys. Number 2, blind bag. Rip it open. What did I get? Furthering my retirement. All the potential. Possible $1 million in this bag up into the moment in which I rip it. When I, of course, actually get the $1 million. All right. See, I don't want to hurt the book. I don't want to damage the book. We're gonna look back at that in a second because I actually am curious, you know, if the polybag thing makes it difficult to keep these things in 9/9 condition. They have to be 9/9s. Otherwise, nobody's going to want them. Nobody's ever going to buy them again. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, come on. Dear comic book gods, I never ask for anything. I try to do my best. I try to just make the most fun content I can for the comic collecting hobby out there. Just please, please add $2,000 to my bank. Please. Just this one time. Can you just add $2,000 to my bank account? I will be eternally grateful until the next blind bag, which I will also hope to add $2,000. Thank you so much. All right, guys, here we go. Blind bag reveal number 2. Come on. Come on. Come on. Retirement. Let's go. Oh! Issue 1. There we have it. Well, that was fun, guys. That was fun. Perhaps I will have to make more videos from here on out, as I am not yet ready to retire. And they got me. They got me. They got me for 3 issues doing the blind bag thing. Well, there you guys have it. That's the blind bag. Hopefully that, sheds a little bit of light on this whole craze for you guys, in case you guys were wondering, like, what the whole deal is with the, Battle Beast blind bag. It's kind of a little thing, like a little bit of a poly bag situation. Yeah, I guess it's a more fun way to open up issue 1 and issue 2. And I don't know. There you have it. I'm getting that post-rip clarity now. You guys know, and I already made that joke. God, I'm like the guy who's repeating his jokes now. Aren't you guys sick of me? All right, let's move on now. Before I kind of do a little bit of a market report, I did kind of want to show this off because I do think that, we're in this 2025 comic book era now with a lot of new interesting products. And some of the interesting things was the J. Scott Campbell Marvel Rivals covers. Well, I finally got mine in the mail. And there you see it. Look at that. Very, very beautiful Psylocke done right there. Just look at her eyes. Don't look below here. The colors are really great on this thing. J. Scott Campbell obviously draws a very nice female figure. But I also got the set that is signed by J. Scott. You can see his silver pen right there with a certificate of authenticity, as well as my Luna Snow book right there with another certificate of authenticity. So there you go. I got these things, and I think it's really interesting because what went on with this particular set of books that came out most recently is very similar to what happened with the blind bag. And I know I already mentioned this in a previous video, but the idea is that people were pre-selling the blind bags before they were allowed to do it. And it caused like a whole stir within the community, and it doesn't really seem like anyone's going to get punished for that. But it is becoming, I don't know how I want to articulate it. It's not so much a problem as it is maybe a not beneficial thing to both sellers and buyers. Because what ends up happening if people are selling before the books are allowed to be sold or the books are in hand is that, one, sellers are going to get mad at other sellers who are basically, cheating the race, because as we know, the value of the book plummets right away after it's been, out there in the selling market for at least a week or 2 weeks or however long the book can sustain. And then number 2, it actually hurts the buyers because it's forcing them to buy at premiums and cashing in on the FOMO, which again, buy what you want, you do what you got to do. But once you have like more supply out there, like naturally the price is going to be suppressed. And that kind of happened as well with the J. Scott Campbell things. When he dropped these on his website, people were already listing the sales or their books being up for sale as a pre-sale on, eBay, which is insane to me because it's like, you don't even have the book in hand. You don't know that it's not damaged. How can you advertise it as a near mint? Like, that's crazy that people are doing that. But they were probably right to do it because, the value of the book has definitely gone down ever since, the things came out. For instance, right here, the cover of Squirrel Girl selling for $56. I believe on the day of release of this thing was selling for around the $75, $80, maybe it even touched $100 at the time. Now the full set selling for $250, that's actually pretty consistent to what it was going for. Looks like the signed books going for $120 right there. Again, another $53 sale for Invisible Women. But, again, compared to what the pre-sales were for this thing, It was definitely a lot higher when people didn't have the books in hand. It was also a lot more liquid. People were more willing to buy it because like of the FOMO factor. And this is very similar to, what was going on with Battle Beasts, when Battle Beasts first came out. Let me see if I can just show you guys. Yeah, so, again, when people did not have the book in hand, this was a $70 book. People were easily able to move this for 70. Now it's seemingly gone back down to 50, which, of course, still has value. But, that's basically around what the price of the product in and of itself was always going to be. And this is a similar situation with Battle Beasts, is that everybody was selling their Battle Beast books, before they were allowed to do it. And people were able to kind of cash in on, some of the higher prices for the quote unquote grand prizes of this book, which if you guys didn't know is this one right here, Marvel Team Up number 14 with a foil on it. There's also this one, the Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 1. There's a $12 one with a foil. And look at this, Incredible Universe Battle Beast number 1 blind bag foil variant. All right, I did get a variant, $12.99. There we go. I made my money back. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Hey, blind bags. It's the new hotness. All right, jokes aside, again, cool product. I think it's a little bit like, it's obviously a gimmick. It's obviously a gimmick, but it obviously works. People were excited about this. More people bought it. Is it like the best way to just get a story in a reader's hand? Like, no, it's not. Because again, like what if I genuinely wanted to read issue number 1 and I ripped open issue number 2? Well, the solve for that would obviously be that swag. You can just buy the regular issue. And you're right. I can just buy the regular issue. So do I really need to, kind of complain about it? No, not really. I mean, I guess it helps move product. But I think that them doing this in sort of a honest, novel, high integrity kind of way is eventually going to get exploited. I mean, that's what ends up happening. And I'm not saying that they're going to do it. What I'm saying is other companies are going to see, hey, did you guys see the hype with the Battle Beast packs? How do we do our own Battle Beast packs? And then not everyone is going to do it as much on the up and up as they did. And this is the, how do you call it? The enshittification. Go look that term up. It's enshittification is like my favorite thing. It happens in everything. Is going to eventually take over in all of these sort of gimmicks as they always do. But for now, I guess this was pretty fun. It was definitely pretty fun. And the J. Scott Campbell thing was interesting as well. All right, last thing before I give away a book and also talk about it is, I don't know. I was in the comic book shop. I never really do comic book reviews or talk about new comic books. Not because I don't read a ton of new comic books. I do. But because there's never really a setting to do it. And I feel like because blind bags and stuff, I'll just talk about it. I read Exquisite Corpses by James Tynion. It was a cool read, cool book. Not my favorite work of his. I think House on the Lake I enjoyed more, especially as a setup. But one thing that I want to shout out with this book is that it's got a $4.99 price. Same with Battle Beast has a $3.99 price. And unlike in today's comics, I think these books give you such your money's worth, which is really refreshing. There's a lot of story in this first issue. And at $4.99, that's really cool, really generous. I think that this is something, if Marvel was doing this, this would be like one of those, $8.99, $9.99 books. So a cool setup, Hunger Games type of thing, which is not really like my super cup of tea, but it's done very well. Obviously his craft is very high. It's executed in a fun way. And the thing I think is most interesting about this is I just want to show you guys because I pay attention to this stuff. Very smart right there being advertised. Exquisite Corpses, the game. Going to do, I guess, a board game or trading card game. This is the world we live in. You got to do the franchiseification of all your properties. That's the ticket. That's the real meal ticket. Not just getting your thing optioned to a Hollywood movie, because that's just one thing. Got to make it a whole universe, a whole brand. Board games, t-shirts, tchotchkes, all that stuff. And they're already working towards that. So, definitely a book to keep your eye on. Pretty fun story, well executed. And check it out. I think it's worth the meal ticket. All right, let's give out this book right here, Marvel Rivals. I bought an extra copy for you guys because I am the most generous. I have so much money and value in my retirement account that I want to share the love, share the wealth with you guys, and reward those who have been waiting this entire time for me to shut up so they could get their book. All right, let's just put, write a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and just put Rivals somewhere in the comment section. Have you been playing Marvel Rivals? What's your favorite Marvel Rivals character? Would you like to buy more Marvel Rivals books? Should J. Scott Campbell do more Marvel Rivals covers? Will they sell well? Should Battle Beast be in Marvel Rivals? I don't know. Just put Rivals in the comments so I can do a little comment search finder and then give you your book. So there you go. Giveaway for you guys. This is this $50 book. I'm giving you $50. If you put $50 in the S&P today, which you wouldn't be able to because it's more than that, but hypothetically, you put it in there, what is that? Compounding over the next 30 years, you're going to be a billionaire. A billionaire. And that's why you buy comic books. All right, guys, that's all for this one. Let me know what you guys think about blind bags. Hope you guys thought that that was fun and interesting. Let me know if you guys actually read the story, what you guys thought of it. And I don't know. Comment Rivals in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next video.